Now we are going to discuss about atomic structure. In our previous classes, we have learnt about different atomic models told by J.J. Thomson, Rutherford, Niels Bohr. Now once again we can recapitulate the topic of atomic structure. Whatever it may be, whatever it may be, matter is made up of molecules again these molecules are made up of atoms. Okay, in atoms we have subatomic particles, electrons, which is denoted by this symbol, and protons and neutrons. Electrons have negative charge, protons have positive charge, neutrons have no charge. According to Niels Bohr, electrons are revolving around the nucleus in specified circular paths. In nucleus we have protons and neutrons. As long as electron revolving around the nucleus in atoms which are spherical in shape, their energy is constant. So the revolving paths of electrons around the nucleus are called stationary orbits. In your syllabus, Niels Bohr atomic model is very important. By this reason, I am giving once again good idea about Niels Bohr atomic model. Niels Bohr atomic model. Niels Bohr atomic model. According to Niels Bohr, electrons are revolving around the nucleus in spherical shaped atoms in circular paths with discrete energy. Discrete means which is the value of energy is a constant value. Suppose this is nucleus. In this nucleus we have protons and neutrons. Around this nucleus, electrons are revolving in circular paths which have discrete energy. Each circular path of revolving electron is called stationary orbit. As we move far from the nucleus, the circular stationary orbit size and energy both will be increased. This is first stationary orbit size R1, this is second stationary orbit size R2, this is third stationary orbit size R3, and energy is E1 for first stationary orbit, next one is E2, and third one is E3. Then R1 is less than, R2 is less than R3, and so on. E1 is less than, E2 is less than, E3 is less than, and so on. So the energy and size both will be increased as we move far from the nucleus for a electron. The electron which absorbs energy in a specified stationary orbit will goes to the next energy state. Then that electron is called excited electron. The electron is absorbed some energy and goes to next energy level. Suppose let the electron which is present in E1 energy level is goes to E2 energy level by absorbing energy difference which is equal to E2 minus E1. Then the electron goes into E2 energy state, but the electron now which is in E2 state is excited electron which is not stable. Then it gradually again loses its energy and comes to its original state, that is E1. Here E1 is called ground state, E2 is called excited state. Whatever it may be, the energy absorption or energy emission by an electron will takes place in the simple integer multiples of h nu, n equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on. Here n means excited, En means excited electron energy state. En minus E bracket of n minus 1 means what? It's next energy level which is called ground state energy. So this point is explained on the basis of Max Planck quantum theory. According to Max Planck quantum theory, energy is directly proportional to its frequency. Energy means here denoted by E, frequency is denoted by nu. As energy increased, frequency also increased. Frequency means the number of vibrations per unit time is called frequency. If the number of vibrations per unit time is increased, means energy also increased. So When we remove this proportionality, we can get a constant that is denoted by h. This h is called Planck constant. Its value is 6.625 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joule second. Okay. Now, but here Bohr atomic model explains only the atomic spectra of the atoms which have only one electrons, like hydrogen, helium plus, lithium 2 plus, and so on. Hydrogen means it has only one electron. Helium plus means helium has 2 electrons. After removal of one electron, it will become He plus. So He plus has also only one electron. Lithium 2 plus has also only one electron. So the Bohr atomic model only explains the atomic spectra of single electron species like hydrogen, helium, lithium 2 plus, beryllium 3 plus, beryllium 3 plus, and so on. This is about Niels Bohr atomic model. The drawbacks of Niels Bohr atomic model are it can't explain Zeeman effect and Stark effect. Zeeman effect means what? Splitting of line spectra in electric field, in magnetic field into somewhat fine lines is called Zeeman effect. If this is happened, splitting of line spectra of any atom or ion into fine lines in electric field is called Stark effect. These two effects are not explained by Niels Bohr, and Niels Bohr also concluded that the energy of an electron which is revolving around the nucleus in a stationary orbit is quantized, that is E equal to NH nu. According to this quantization of energy of an electron, here N equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on. But why the quantization of energy is happening for an electron which is revolving around the nucleus in a specified stationary orbit? Niels Bohr atomic model would not give any account for the formation of chemical bonds, and it could not explain the atomic spectra of species which have more than one electron. This is about Niels Bohr theory of atomic structure. Okay. Please go through your textbook and study material, whatever you have. If you have any doubt, post your comment in description. Thank you.